Mastra agents now support schedules, which means you can periodically run your agent with a prompt on a cron schedule, either in a threadless mode, where the agent run happens in the background independently of the conversation, or in a threaded mode, whereby the agent will periodically join the conversation, maybe with a summary, a reminder, or a question, something like that. You can use schedules in any form of master agent, be that in Studio or in your own application. I love this idea of using schedules in conjunction with Slack channels because it's so helpful, isn't it, to have your agent periodically send a summary. So right here, I have a pre-built scheduled master agent that I've added to Slack, and I'm going to ask it for the weather in London. I don't need a weather agent right now. It's bloody sweltering in London, but lo and behold, it replies in the thread with a tool call, and it says it feels like 27.7. And now, just to be very over the top and to illustrate the idea, we'll say, remind me or tell me the weather every 10 seconds. We'll look at the code for this in a second. I've added a custom tool called Start Weather Schedule that will take the user's input, in this case to do with the frequency, and then create a schedule. So as you can see, the agent is called every 10 seconds or so, and the result is in threaded mode, right? The result is showed in the thread right here. And if I want to stop it because it's a bit much, I can say stop the weather schedule. The way this works fundamentally is that you can reference mastra.schedules, and from here you can create, update, or delete schedules. The signature looks a little bit like this. You give it an ID, which is kind of like a key. This way you can look up specific schedules later. You give it the agent ID that you're going to invoke. You give it the prompt. In this case, that's coming from the tool call, and as well as the thread and the resource ID. The resource ID would be the user or the organization, and the thread ID would be the thread, in this case associated with Slack. You can also dial in some settings like what to do if the agent was already in the middle of a turn or a loop when the schedule is invoked. You can call this in a tool call like this. This is dynamic and lets the users kind of choose their schedule, but you could also put it in a script and create the schedule that way. It gets persisted into the database and survives server restarts. Although do note that for the schedule to run on a cron, you need your master server running on a server somewhere or in the background on development. If you want to enable scheduled agents or just learn a little bit more, head to the schedules documentation where you can find a quick start as well as all the nitty-gritty details.